hi everyone. Thank God for Neptune conjunct Jupiter in Pisces, is all I can say. I feel like it's the one saving grace in life right now. Well, in terms of nature and, it's watery kindness, it's desire to go into unity, its desire for spiritual expansion, that urge to be all that is very helpful right now, I find. Mostly because these are tough times, man. So, did you get Hanumani's email and did you see that list of 10 things? Yeah, cool. Number one's frustration, irritation, anger, that the masses are still asleep and complying. That goes so deep for me. That doesn't just go for me. This goes into every structure of consciousness in that humanity lives with right now. So I'm going to try and keep it concise. Feeling burdened by the heaviness and magnitude of the information, of the stuff you're learning. Feeling weary, exhausted, overwhelmed, emotionally burnt out. I was feeling that, definitely. That's why I'm liking that Neptune watery Pisces stuff. Loss of relationships or conflict and division with loved ones or being ostracized. So, yeah, look, I think it even felt as an inability to speak what you want to say, or that, what you have to say might not be met or held. That feels like being ostracized. Feeling lonely or alienated. Yep, there's that. Not knowing how to live in the world. I definitely have been feeling that. Like, as I break down structures of consciousness, it's like, man, how do I fit in a harmonious way? Or how do I continue? Nine, the pain of witnessing the abuse of others. Yeah. Seeing people who don't really have the power to say for themselves or are judged to not have the capacity. Grieving the loss of the life you had and not able to do the things you used to do. What else have we got here? Fear, dread about what may be coming. Yeah, trying to maintain a super positive image of the future. Yeah, it's that while you churn the not so positive reality of right now. That's the juicy bit, and it's the bit I feel I get exhausted by. So meeting up with you guys and doing this stuff is very helpful for me in that regard. Okay, and feeling unable to be authentic, speak up, and fully live in your truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Feel like you're having half a conversation, or you live two lives, or yeah, yeah. Feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and the pain of witnessing the abuse of others. Yeah, I think yeah. And if you work in a helping profession, it's tough too because everyone's feeling it, and including us. And so then there's the helping others while we're trying to process the overwhelm of the world right now as well. Feeling unable to be authentic, number 7. 8, the fear and the dread about what might be coming. Yeah, look, there's a little bit is it going to be Mad Max in our lifetime? I don't know if you've all seen the Mad Max movies, very famous Australian movies from a few decades ago, about a dystopian future. Those scary films, We can never really know about the future, can we? What I've started to do lately is to say to myself, because I feel like self-talk is a very big help in these times, out loud in particular. So I remind myself of all of the experiences I've had when challenges have come up in my life and I've met them. And I haven't been able to meet them when they're in the future. I had to meet them when they came up. So the fear of the future thing, I guess all I can do for myself about that is to say, well, whatever's coming in the future, I'm just going to try and meet it with as much love and empowerment as I can. And like I said, remind myself of past experiences. I have evidence that I can do it. And then I try to let go of cords that I send out from my worrying throat chakra into potential futures that powerful people who are light workers should try to avoid sending ropes and hooks into those potential futures. So a really good practice is to often daily, in fact, let go of cords of attachment into any futures, potential futures that you might have hooked into through fear, dread, or worry, and call your power back from those futures. It's the best I can offer you, because we're human beings and we are prone to worry and prone to project. So yeah, the best I can offer in that, and we'll do some releasing of cords tonight. But yeah, particularly the ones of worry that go into the future, because we can't meet a challenge in the future. We can only meet it in the present. And that's the only place we can use power. All right. And the fact that people are totally distracted by the opening of travel, etc., and not able to see anything else. And even if they agree with some things, just accepting of those things, kind of just to keep the peace. Yeah. So many sci-fi movies paint a scary scenario of the future. Absolutely. Positive sci-fi. Okay, we can do that. Feeling sad for the forgotten souls. Yeah. Wanting to place light in the darkest places and wanting everyone to help too. Yeah. Absolutely. Seeing a lot of people in pain right now and just wanting to do as much as I can to help. I hear you. I hear you. It's difficult. And we can just do our best, and we can remember that we have community and keep reaching out to the members of community, and for us to keep showing up, I guess. It's the best we can do. All right. I've really struggled with acceptance over the last few weeks. I would say that really I feel more acceptance today than I have in a long time. And it's because I think I've realised that before today, I was thinking that somehow acceptance was tied up with agreeing, and I just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? But it's not. I can accept that life is as it is right now. I can accept that the situation, the suffering we've spoken of, the ostracizing, the feeling alienated, the feeling not being able to be authentic or speak your truth, those things are amplified by us going, no, that can't be. I will not accept it. And I guess the truth is life is as it is right now. And so accepting that as it is right now, and what can I do with this moment kind of thing. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean we have to agree with what's going on. We're just acknowledging that's what's going on and accepting it and going from there. So, and for the past few weeks, I've found myself thinking a number of times, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And it is that it continues, but if we don't accept it now, then we can't really get the juice into changing it, can we? Accept that it's happening, but it's not okay. Absolutely. The moment you can do that you accept it's happening, somehow a space happens inside you where there's more room for a solution of what can I think, say, or do, or be in this moment that would counteract that thing. Does that make sense? So to get the space, we have to have the acceptance, is what I'm thinking at the moment. I don't know that I could have even had this discussion until today. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I could have got acceptance yesterday. I could only get it today. And like I said, I felt free knowing that I didn't have to agree with what I was accepting. I didn't have to think it was okay. But I did have this felt sense of a space inside where I felt more able to do something, I guess, constructive, but not only constructive. I feel more able to do something where I'm cultivating peace inside, I think, which will help me serve outside. Like I said, acceptance does not necessarily mean agree with. So even in accepting myself as I am right now, I don't necessarily have to agree with what I felt I wanted to do with the rage inside me last week. I don't have to agree with that to accept that that's where I was at, if that makes sense. Okay. Shanti Dharma keeps getting caught up in the mind of what ifs. Okay. Feeling you can't afford to enjoy life outside of prepping. And I think that would be a big regret if tomorrow you were told you had 24 hours to live. Would we regret not living the joy that we can right now? Great comment. Bloody great comment. All right. Let's do some clearing on some of these things. There's all the time in the world to keep clearing as we go, isn't there? All right, lovelies. Settle down in your seats. If everyone could go into their hearts and close down your eyes, and whenever you're ready.
Yaradagava, Yamagaya Naya, Anjani Devi. Naya Yalagamaga, Winane, Awabika, Marigalga. Nangu Walebaga, Nale Buddha Gagiyo. Pay respects to the elders past, present, and emerging, and to all nations present here today. I extend that respect to all of you, to all of your elders, past, present, and emerging, irrespective of tradition, culture, and place of birth. Govinda.
And so taking in a lovely big breath, and from your heart sending love down through your body and into Mother Earth. And to the many peoples who've walked the country that you're on right now, the original custodians, wherever you are, and sending that love through the earth, knowing that for her, it's one body. And that even where the oceans are, she is the container for the ocean. And so just breathing in from the nature all around you, wherever you are, and sending deep love and gratitude down from the heart, down through you and into Mama Gaia. And again, in from the nature around you, really flood your love into it and send the energy down through you and into Mother Earth. And then on your next in-breath, drawing it up from the earth and with her response to the love you've sent, bring it up through your body and offer it upwards through the top of the head. That's it. And in from above, and down through your body and into the earth. And bring the breath up from the earth and the energy up from the earth. And from the heart chakra, breathe out through everywhere. Just let yourself flood with love from above and below. And with each out-breath, sending the love to the oneness in everything, including you. In all of the air around you, the oneness, the divine, sits as close as the fine hairs on your face, the pores in your skin, divine sits within your eyelashes, all the cells in your body. That's it. And sending the love in such a way with each out-breath that there seems to be no division between you and the outside of you, that you just breathe the love out and give it. And on your in-breath, breathe it in. Let it be returned to you by the divine in everything, including you. Breathe away the building around you. That's it. And finding ourselves in the wilderness classroom, surrounded by the vast and ancient trees, as large as hills. The fire at the centre that burns eternally and reminds us of the one in everything. Being aware of the elders already joining us here, acknowledged by Anjani Devi, your own elders as well as the elders of the land that you're on right now. Feel them waiting here as we acknowledge the one in everything. And the two that arise from the one, the feminine and the masculine, the lunar and solar. We call on all the spiritual teachers, past and present, who blaze a light of unconditional love on our paths and who illuminate the way home. We call on Mother Earth and the mothers of the kingdoms of nature and the elements and directions. We call on sun and moon, and we call on the potent energy of Neptune conjunct Jupiter in Pisces. And all of the planets and the constellations, the seven sisters. And we call our souls. We ask that we be fully present to the blazing truth of self, the eternal nature of self and the oneness within it. We call our teams of guides, teachers and friends in the spiritual hierarchy, our individual teams who love us unconditionally. We ask that you join us here. And we ask that the great sacred activists join us from throughout time as well, those known and those whose names are lost and good deeds are lost in antiquity. We ask that those whose hearts ablaze led them into great change be with us tonight and help guide us to maintain courage and steadfastness and hope, to maintain our authenticity. We ask for help with any healing, transformation, liberation, light, love and power, and clear guidance as to how to know what is the Dharma, the right action for each of us in any given moment. We give thanks for the presence of the great ones who share wisdom, protection and guidance. And give thanks for the endless support that is always just a thought away, just a breath of love away from us. May that support be truly felt by each and every one of us, and by all those light workers across our beautiful blue and green planet who seek to bring about more consciousness of love throughout humanity. May each of us play our role in the strongest, clearest, heart-centered way possible. In full faith, so be it. Just taking your awareness to the top of your head, connecting with the violet flame. And being aware of the exquisite presence and loving nature of the elders that are here with us. And that they do what they do beautifully. They're singing, they're chanting healing songs, ancient healing songs. And whilst there are many flavours of elder here, and the language of each song is different, the harmony of the songs is exquisite. They place sacred herbs, flowers, resins, and substances on the ashes, on the coals of the fire that produce a huge cleansing smoke. And the violet flame pours down and all of it saturates you. And saturates into those things you've identified tonight, those most present things: alienation, grief, feeling of the pain of others, the empathy, and the exhaustion of empathy. Let the fire saturate through these last 3 weeks of experience of the world as it is right now. Let it pour down through you and just say, I command all negative thoughts, vibrations and energy, and all pockets of trapped emotion to be released from my body, mind, and energy field now. Taking a deep breath in from above and flushing out through everywhere. Good. Good. All right. So let's start with saying, I choose to release all cords of attachment to potential futures that I've hooked into through worry, fear, or terror. I release those cords thoroughly and completely now. And take a deep breath in from above. And releasing particularly through the throat, but I feel like the solar plexus needs a big release too. Good. Say, I'm ready to dissolve and release. All the what ifs that I've been creating through the onslaught of information that I've been privy to. I dissolve and release these now. Take a deep breath in and letting go through the solar plexus. Good. And say, and I dissolve and release any seeds of consciousness of creating those what ifs from my sacral chakra now. And take a deep breath of the fire in from above and the smoke that is coming thick and fast. And breathe out through the sacral chakra and literally see it with your mind's eye or conjure it with your intention that the seeds in the fertile soil of the sacral chakra, that they get plucked out, dissolved. Good. Okay. All right. So what if we say, I choose to dissolve and release any impediment that says I've got too much to worry about, to experience joy in my life. I dissolve and release that now. And breathing in from above and sending it right down and out through the hips. And what if we say, I choose to grab the opportunity of the presence of joy in any moment in my life. And take a deep breath in and hold that in the heart chakra. And then I want you to send it out through the throat and both of the hips. Okay, right. Now I feel like we can do some nice deep clearing. So that conjunction I spoke of earlier, Neptune conjunct Jupiter in Pisces, which means when you look from the Earth right now, Jupiter and Neptune look like they're in a line in front of, they're sitting on top of each other in front of the constellation Pisces. What that means is that Neptune represents this impulse to merge into unity, like water, to go into the shape of unity. Pisces is a sign of spirituality at its highest vibration, of art and music and harmony and empowered speech. And at a low vibration, it's a sign where we can become addicted, that sense of going up and out and into the oneness. At a low vibration becomes a sense of escape or avoidance. So Pisces is calling us into higher spirituality and spiritual healing. Jupiter's sitting there too. It wants to expand in a fiery, adventurous, spiritually adventurous way. So this conjunction is kind of in the as above, so below way. It shows us there's an opportunity right now for energy in the cosmos around us to help us bring into unity those things we feel separate. So our sense of alienation, there's them and us. Our sense of feeling like we have no voice. Again, there's a them and us, And so what is it that stops our voice from calmly sharing, or what stops our energy field from creating spaces where our truth can be shared? We can be authentically us in a way that is safe and nurturing and uplifting for us. Okay, so where do we feel there's two rather than one, or a split rather than a connection? And let's say I ask for a cosmic blessing, celestial assistance from the conjunction of Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. And I ask that the urge for unity wash through me now. And just being aware of energy coming. It's a big energy, but it's also a very nurturing, loving energy. It's like a boon of softness and gentleness that washes through us. Rather than blazes through us. And wherever you feel separate, or like we don't belong, or like we've been rejected or ostracized, like we're welcome as long as we're quiet, where we have to feel like we have to carry a burden for others because they don't know that things exist. Let the urge for unity pour through you now as a watery gift. Wherever we blame or sit in a vibration of blame or power over or power under, let the energy pour through and see it go through the cells of your body, through the various systems in your body, your heart and lungs, digestive system, the renal system, reproductive system, respiratory system, endocrine or hormonal system, particularly the nervous system, the brain, the bones and muscles and ligaments and tendons. Let the relief come. Especially let it wash through parts of your body that you feel are being held tightly or in a constricted way, where there's pain or pressure or inflammation. I'm going to sound a few ohms. So just really drinking in the energy. Let that energy wash through you. That's it. You'll feel it pour through and subside. And your beautiful soul fire, the violet flame, return, and the purification smoke that arises as a gift from the elders, a healing gift. I feel like I need to say, if you consciously bring that smoke energy into parts of your body where there's pain and breathe it out through the pain, I feel like the smoke will help right now. And in the meantime, let the violet flame pour down and just be aware of where we judge. Goodness me, I do it so often. It's like I've got a master's in judgment sometimes. Catching myself is the tricky bit. I've got my eyes closed, so I really hope some of you are nodding in agreement. Not only that I'm like that, but perhaps you understand because you experience it too. So what if we say, I ask for divine help from the Cosmic Mother to transmute all judgment I carry. And the mental conversations I get into through having those judgments. I ask that that be dissolved and released. To make space for self-acceptance. and acceptance that opens me to effective action. Whoa. Take a deep breath in. And breathing out, I want to say through the whole head, throat, neck, jaw. Okay, so if we could say, I'm ready to dissolve all cellular memory of freeze, fight, and flight from past experiences of being in terror. I dissolve and release that now. And breathing in and releasing all through the back of the head, back of the neck, down the spine. That's it. Could we say, I choose to release all fear that I'll never feel a part of wider humanity again. Take a deep breath in and let go through the base of the spine. Say, I dissolve and release all cellular memory of past experiences of abandonment, rejection, exile, or sudden loss of tribe. I dissolve and release the cellular memory of the pain now. Taking a deep breath in from above and breathing in between the eyebrows to the pineal area. Send it right down the spine and out through the base of the spine and across the lower back. Say, I choose to dissolve and release all cellular memory of the pain of the sudden loss of connection with tribe, with place, with family, or loved ones. I release the cellular memory of the pain of that now. And breathing in from above and in between the eyebrows to the pineal. Bring the energy down the spine and out through the base of the spine and right across the lower back. Nice. Connecting once more with that wonderful, beautiful, watery Neptune. The urge to go into unity, the urge to merge into oneness. And connecting once more, let it come from the sky above us. As above, so below. May this energy wash through us all, soothing and healing. That's it. Good opportunity if you've been feeling sad or grief or teary around feeling like you might not fit in, belong anymore, like you're grieving a life that's lost. You may be grieving some relationships that have been lost. That's it. Calling on the watery energy and the spiritual fire in the water of Neptune and Jupiter. And I'd like you to get really specific with it. Let it come to the top of the head and in through the crown area. Let it come into your brain. Saturate down through your skull and into your brain, through the fluid around the brain and into the brain. I'm going to sing the only water song I know and ask that through the blessing of Grandmother Nancy, Louise Wawate, and the Algonquin people, that this water song be congruent with the blessing of the watery energy. Mibi wabu endayen Haki miskwi nibi wabu Heya 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 hey Heya 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 ho Nibi wabu endayen Hakim miskwi nibi wabu Heya 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 hey Heya 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 ho Nibi wabu endayen Aki miskwi nibi wabu Heya 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 hey Heya 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 ho And letting the energy sweetly come in. Neptune's urge to merge unity mixed with Jupiter's spiritual fire, the expansive higher consciousness fire held within the water of Neptune and Pisces and washing through. And I just invite you, and you may or may not want to do this, but I invite you to bring it to that place inside where things have felt unacceptable, where we feel like we will give up our power, or the message will be lost, or we can't be effective without it. If you feel to, just ask that this energy of Neptune, Jupiter, Pisces, filled with cosmic mother love, pours through us. And as it does, may it break down the hardened structures. May it wash away as easily as a mighty river washes away a twig. May it wash away the structures that would bind us to not be as effective as we could be, to not be as empowered, motivated, able to act in accordance with our souls. We invite this energy into that. That's it. Let it wash through. For me, I've spoken about that hot lava feeling in me that I get, and the crusty when it hardens. I feel like this energy can wash through that crusty layer around us, particularly that layer that says I'm separate from everything around me because I have skin and an individuated mind, personality, and ego. I even have an individuated soul. But in no way does that ever mean that this self is separate from everything. So let the water wash through our crusty delusion of separation, because it really is all about the connection with the everything, with each other, with nature, with the divine, and definitely with self. Feel as the energy that comes through you is bright like milk, filled with sparkle, filled with sparkle, filled with sparkle. Bring it around every cell. Intend, ask that it come around every cell. That's it. As well as permeate every cell. And let us honour and acknowledge, honour and pay our respects to the pain that has been. And continue walking forward with healing, transmuting the pain, literally transmuting the pain by holding each other through deep listening, through being open. That's it. Literally, how can we be the change that we want to see in the world? How can we be it? How can we be the change we want to see in the world? How can we be it? That's it. And then taking a moment to connect with all of the elders here, whose vast wisdom knows exactly how to do it. And the key, I believe, is reciprocity. Give and take, not take and take. Give and take. Reciprocity, reciprocity, reciprocity. That's it. And I ask that this group be blessed with the wisdom of harmony and reciprocity and the ways of being in the world that uplift and add to harmony. We ask for blessings on all light workers across the planet, working in any part of a separated humanity to bring unity, oneness, and uplift consciousness. Whether their part of the puzzle is this piece that we work with or another piece, may there be blessings on every single light worker. Blessings of strength, steadfastness, courage, community, belonging, belonging, belonging. Beautiful. Bring your awareness to your base chakra one more time. And let that word hang in the base chakra. Let it blaze bright. Let it be big. Belonging, 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 belonging. Beautiful. Taking a breath in from the nature all around you, bring it to the heart and send it down and offer it as gratitude. Energy filled with your love. Offer it as gratitude to Mother Earth. And again, in from the nature all around you. Or in with the nature all around you. Add your love and send it down and gift it to Mother Earth. And for a third time, breathe in with the nature all around you. Bring it to your heart and send it down into the earth. Next in-breath, bring the energy filled with her response up through you. And offer it up through Neptune, Jupiter, Pisces, and beyond, 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 beyond. Good. Breathe in the response from beyond and beyond. Bring it to your heart, send it down, filled with love, down into Mama Gaia. And back up from the earth to your heart, and beam the love out to the ancestors and elders all around us. When I say ancestors, I mean all flavor, not just human, but plant and animal and mineral and mountain and sky and bird. To the elders, the human ancestors, the wisdom keepers, past and present and emerging. Big breath in and sending love to each and every one. Gratitude. Beautiful. Another breath in, this time sending love to everyone in the group who's here tonight or does the recording later on. Beautiful. And to the Cosmic Mother, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. To the whole of the divine and all of that within it, which helps us grow in love and kindness and compassion, understanding and wisdom. May our thoughts, words, and actions be filled with those things. In full faith, so be it. And offering your thanks to the elders, ancestors, the divine, the teachers, to the beautiful wilderness classroom, and of course to the fire, within and without. Breathing that loop of love with divine. All the way back into your body, allowing the walls around you to shimmer back into existence, and wriggling your fingers and toes and opening your eyes. I love you all. I think you're awesome. Go out and lovingly and brightly and blazingly rattle a few things with love and compassion and kindness. Lots of love, everyone. See you soon. Bye.